Ciao Alanna, good morning and welcome back in Italy.
Thank
I'm
you so much, Andrea.
very
It's a
happy.
great pleasure to be here.
Very happy to have you
Yeah.
and to make a little interview for our friends.
Oh.
So the marathon is finished.
Hooray!
You have your new creature, so
Yeah.
that was and still is the best selling, I believe. Huh?
Yeah, for a long time now, because it was 2001, the second edition came out.
Yeah, you
And,
did a great job.
And it was a slow start, but over 20 years later, it's still selling very well. And but I think it shows that the interest has been growing, but it was not much known about when it came out.
Yeah, but
nobody knew what it was.
Sure.
Strange
But
concepts.
It's very interesting because you really start early 2001 first edition.
And that was from learning over the 1980s and 1990s.
So in reality, you made when you made your first power tower.
Well, it was after I was lucky enough to have the weekend workshop with the Phil Callahan.
Yeah.
And he came to Australia in 93.
93. Wow.
Yeah. So it was in the following year, I had the local organic group wanted me to build a tower. And so we all came to my place and made one, and I had fantastic results.
Wow, fantastic.
And then I think it was the same year, 94, there was an international permaculture conference in Perth. So I flew over to Perth. It's like 5 hours from where I was flying. And because I was booked to do a geomancy workshop, I thought, oh, well, I'll show them about the towers. So it started from there, showing other people how to do it, then hearing the results.
From 94.
From 94 onwards.
Then,
so this is the year 30.
Yeah, so now it's 30 years of Power Tower and many years, like I call, and Irish Tower, of course.
And by showing other people, there was a whole range of experiments done with towers and a range of results, much more than I could do in my little garden at home.
Sure.
So I got to learn a lot from that, and then that feedback I would then tell other people at the next workshop.
Learning by doing, learning by new experience.
Developing the understanding.
Testing the material, testing the rocks. Yes. Because there are very different rocks. Huh?
Yes, and seeing what didn't work, and even with teaching was an experiment because I'd try things out and some things didn't work.
But after you write in 2001 the book, and the book it's very wide. It's touching a lot of topics.
Yes.
And I like the practical part. I like the experience part, testimonials, a lot of testimonials. And now, after 30 years, what can you say about the power of the tower?
Well, it's still a not very well taken up concept that there's, there could be more people doing it because we're having such good results. It's like, this is so easy and not expensive to make something yourself. And it helps people to connect with the earth, which is something that we need so much.
Absolutely.
People are so cut off from the nature and the energies and their own energies even, that I think it's all helping the evolution of the planet, you might say.
I agree on all. And it was a pleasure for me and Valentina to translate finally Agricoltura Energetica. This is the last one, new shape, new information. So
it's the best edition.
The best edition now in Italia. Abbiamo la migliore edizione, best edition with a lot of update. But still a lot of things to discover, and
there's more to be done.
We have a workshop tomorrow, and we will play with rocks and labyrinth and new things.
And all the excitement that I got from learning about this, I love to share that and see the excitement in people's eyes. Like, oh, wow. So I love doing it. And
Alanna, how important is geomancy when we play with the towers?
I think it's good to have a grounding in geomancy before you start playing with towers, because you have to understand how energies work together. There's very complex interactions with energies. You have to understand the role of people's consciousness, the landowners, even the neighbors, friends, or whatever, people who are involved with them. It's better if they can have an understanding, because otherwise they can apply a little bit of knowledge of the technology in an unsuitable way.
Yeah, I agree.
I've seen a few mistakes, or bad results.
Yeah,
not
we
from
need
my ones usually.
we need to be focused on the results. We need to be focused on the understanding. So when you put in place this technique, this technology, you need to know the geomancy, the radiesthesia. Otherwise, the result can change a lot. Can change a lot if you select the wrong spot, if you don't have the permission. There are some rules that are very, very important.
Very important. Not that difficult. It's just that I think if you have an ethical approach, that you're always asking, you don't assume that you know what's good for the place. You keep asking the questions. Usually you can get a good result. You don't have to be an expert, but you have to have a certain amount of grounding of a base of knowledge, of understanding.
And that explains even why we have so different results. Sometimes if you do mechanically, if you do without knowing, it goes in one way.
Yes, but also if you're not a good gardener, you can't expect the magic bullet to solve all your problems. You have to be able to have reasonable soil and an understanding about soil and what the plants need, and
and your earth, your motivation, we were discussing a lot about how it is important to be conscious of what you are doing, the intention, the cooperation with nature. We speak a lot with the cooperation with nature, from even a simple point of view, but even more subtle connection.
Yes, maybe a very deep connection is I find it's very enriching. That there's so much can be learned and felt and experienced in your backyard. You don't have to go to so-called special places. You can make your backyard a special place with special energies, like Andrea's garden. Your garden is amazing. The energy here is very powerful for healing and vitalizing.
We love it, and it's our love with the nature, with the cooperation.
Yes.
That's why we love to make workshop here.
Yeah, it's the perfect place to do the workshop. We have to keep remaking the same power tower. But
all right, no problem.
We can't have too many power towers, because too much good energy might not be good.
Exactly.
Good, it might be bad to have too much.
Even it's important, because I've seen people really exaggerating. I've seen like 20 towers in a small space. Honestly, no sense.
And I think it could be overwhelming for the people involved.
Absolutely, and even the plants are suffering, because you need to be quite balanced.
It has to be balanced.
And again, put your love, put your intention with the connection of the nature. That will help a lot.
And actually, one of my films, the Making Power Towers film, is great to see the people in their garden. So different people, they're from different backgrounds. And some of the plants are like way up there when normally they're down there. And it's just great to see hear them talking about the effects they've had, a few years down the track. Because, you will get an instant effect on some level, but you have to wait and see through the seasons.
Exactly. Repeating, and every season is different.
It takes time for the effects to, the results to come through.
I love a lot your movie, your films, the documentary are available in your website, in my website, and people can learn more, can see even historical documents, historical information with famous people. You interview Bill Mollison, you interview some radionic, very curious people, pioneers.
Many across Australia. I was making the films, and in fact, the Bill Mollison interview was a real one-off, because usually he would not give permission to be interviewed. So
you were lucky.
I was very lucky, because I already had a connection with Bill, and known him for a few years, and I was working for the Permaculture International Journal, because I've always been a writer as well as a geomancer.
Very good. So thank you. See you soon. Agricoltura Energetica. It's available now.
Get the book.
Get the book, and see you soon. Ciao. Thank you, Alanna. It was a pleasure again.
Thank you.